Hi everyone, it's Obvious here from Obvious versus Obvious Face with some obvious news that was obviously going to happen. We all obviously knew this, but today we obviously got confirmation of what was obvious. Yeah, San Diego Comic-Con's been cancelled. Hi everyone, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyface. Yeah, obviously, this is the news that we were probably always expecting. But before we go into it, quick plug. I'm so sorry. That was appalling. Appalling. Quick plug. 10 p.m. UK time tonight. They've invited me back on to Friday Night Tights. They must be really hard up on getting people to turn up on the show. Az, do you wanna come back? Ah! So yeah, I'll be doing Friday Night Tights again with special guest Mauler tonight. Because let's face it, although I am a guest, there's now a special about me. That'll be on the Nerdrotics channel with special guest Mauler. Starting 10 p.m. UK time. I will tweet out the link. I will post the link here in the YouTubes and all that sort of stuff. So please come along, support the podcast. It'll be a laugh. We'll be shouting at clouds again and all that sort of stuff. So let's get. Whoops. That's a battle report I was watching. That was research. That was some hard research that I was doing. Yes, lots of research for me then. I wasn't just watching a battle report on YouTube. So this actually comes from, ladies, the Convention Center front page, or whatever. Comic-Con front page. Comic-Con 2020 San Diego has officially been cancelled. Now, I know that we got the official announcement about an hour or two ago, but I was informed last night. I got informed last night that it was officially cancelled. So yeah, I think it kind of leaked out anyway over the course of the last 24 hours or so. But they lead with Comic-Con announces plans in light of the COVID pandemic. The situation requires exceptional measures. Yes, they do. For the first time in its 50-year history. Wow. Half a century of doing this. And this is the first time that they've actually had to postpone it for some reason. San Diego Comic-Con, Comic Convention really. The organisers behind the annual pop culture celebration announced today that with deep regret that they would be no longer hosting Comic-Con in 2020. The event will instead return to the San Diego Convention Center from July 22nd to 25th, 2021. Well, that's working off the assumption that we're not just all wiped out by then by something else. But from what I can gather, the San Diego Convention Center is actually very hard to book. And so it's a huge loss. It really is a huge loss, particularly with what's going on in the comic industry at the moment, but I'll touch on that momentarily. Recognizing that countless attendees save and plan for its conventions each year and how many exhibitors and stakeholders rely upon its events for a major portion of their livelihood, they had hoped to delay the decision in anticipation that COVID concerns might lessen by summer. Continuous monitoring of health advisories and recent statements by the governor of California have made it clear that it would not be safe to move forward with plans for this year. Ouch. Yeah, I mean, I know that Comic-Con, they do say pop culture celebration instead of just comic celebration. But Comic-Con has very much become more of a pop culture than comics. From what I can gather, a lot of the... Although they do really good business, and don't get me wrong, but there seems to be less and less people going through like the alleys, you know, with the artists and writers and stuff like that, comparative to those queuing up to see Avengers 68 trailer, where they're going to see 30 seconds and it's going to be black and it's just going to be noise, and then there's just going to be one voice sitting going, "The time is nigh," and then there's just like a billion people going, "Oh my god, it's the best trailer I've ever seen!" Oh, I'm kind of glad it's been cancelled now, actually. Similarly, a word that I cannot pronounce, and I really tried to smash it out quickly because I have terrible trouble with certain pronunciations. I had to train myself to say millennium. I couldn't say it. Similarly, I can't get, ladies, I just can't get my mouth around it. WonderCon in Anaheim, which was to have been held April 10th to 12th, will return to the Anaheim Convention Center March 26th to 28th, 2021. So that's also another casualty. In addition to their conventions, Comic-Con has been planning a major renovation of Balboa Park Federal Building. I was going to say Federation, I don't know why. To be completed for the grand opening of the Comic-Con Museum in the summer of 2021. However, the COVID situation has had an effect on those efforts as well. As such, they will be rephasing the museum's initially planned major renovations, but will not scale back the experience to be offered to visitors upon the museum's grand opening. They anticipate releasing building plans illustrating the museum's transformation, excuse me, and sharing more information about those efforts in the coming months. Now, the comic industry, as we know, is already burning to the ground right now. Shops that would set up stores here, exhibitors, they are already desperate for a win. Because we've got this situation at the moment where a lot of comic pros, they are drawing art, signing posters, signing anything that they can get, and then they're auctioning them off via a charity to help comic shops. Now, this in itself has got me really mad. Kel Surprise. Because the charity's going to absorb a portion of that as well. Yeah, there might not be profit organisations. There might be non-profit organisations. But the fact is, they still have operational costs. They still have salaries and all that kind of stuff. That has to be paid for. So there are operational costs, and they will take a portion of the money raised and then distribute amongst the comic shops. So they're going to get some nominal fee, really, for all of it. Which in itself is just stupid. Because the vast majority of these people, you know who the repeat offenders are. They're either doing it because they think it makes them morally look good, or they're doing it in an effort to alleviate the guilt because they're the ones responsible for pulling the industry down to the shite that it's in. And comic book shops have said it before, and I'll say it again. They don't need charity. They need sustainable business, i.e. buy stuff from them. You can still go online, purchase back issues, purchase figures, models, plushies, waifu pillows to hug and drool over overnight, whichever is your preference. But they need sustainable business. That is the only way that they are going to survive. The odd bit of charity here or there, if this was going to blow over in a couple of weeks, might have got them through. But doors are already closing at a rapid rate of knots, and this is going to go on for probably 2, possibly 3 or 4 more months. And then we've got to try and kickstart the economy again. And do you think luxuries are going to be top of the list for people? Probably not so much. There's going to be a lot more pragmatic purchases before non-essential businesses, like the luxury businesses, get back into some sort of flow. How many months is that going to be? God knows. So these companies, if you have a local comic book shop, you got some money that's free, log on to their website, buy something from them. Some back issues, some toys, some Warhammer, whatever they stock. Get something from them. SDCC also announced that individuals who purchase badges for Comic-Con 2020 will have the option to request a refund or transfer their badges to Comic-Con 2021. That's a good system, that you get the option to transfer. So instead of having to go through all the rigmarole of trying to get a ticket again and not necessarily getting a ticket, if you've got one and they transfer it to next year, that's a positive at least. Or if you're hurting for some cash, you will get a refund, you will get something back. As regards to hotels and stuff, I don't know, because I bet you a lot of them are going to do non-returnable deposits and stuff. All 2020 badge holders will receive an email within the next week with instructions on how to request a refund. Exhibitors for Comic-Con 2020 will also have the option to request a refund or transfer their payments to Comic-Con 2021. That's good for exhibitors at least, if there's any surviving. And will also receive an email within the next week with instructions on how to proceed. In the next few days on Peak, Comic-Con's official hotel affiliate, we will be cancelling all hotel reservations. Okay. And refunding all deposits. Right, well, that's answered my question. Thank goodness for that. Made through them. There's no need for anyone who booked through on Peak to take any action. That is good. That is good and that is positive. Including trying to cancel their reservations online or contacting the company via phone, as the process will be handled automatically, which is good as well. Takes a lot of the hassle out of people. People are stressed enough as it is. As we've seen, we've got people picketing in America at the moment, demanding to go back to work. They need to earn money, but at the same time, get back inside and shut the fuck up so we can get through this as quickly as possible. Those who book rooms through On Peak will be notified when refunds have been completed. Extraordinary times require extraordinary measures, and while we are saddened to take this action, we know it's the right decision, said David Glanzer, spokesperson for the organisation. We eagerly look forward to the time when we can all meet again and share in the community we all love and enjoy. Just imagine, though, these are events, and I'm not trying to be cruel here, but these are events that when you go to, how many people come back with, what is it, convention flu, or whatever they call it? They come back with some horrendous flus. And that's just in normal, everyday, packing in of, I was going to say, what is it they do with animals? Never mind. Of all these individuals in such a small area, spreading all their germs around. So goodness knows, with this going on, how that would have affected things. But yeah, it was the obvious thing. I think we're all expecting it. If you thought it was going to go ahead, I think you were living in La La Land. And there's just lots. This year's a wash, isn't it? It really is. This year's just going to be a wash. Great! 2020! Top way to start the decade. Will we even get to 2030? Who knows? So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up. And also subscribe to the channel. Remember, 10 PM UK time, Nerdrotics channel, Friday Night Tights. Follow me on social media and YouTube for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.